Good afternoon, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK. Just spending time in the garden with my chickens, trying to get as much time as I can out here before the weather turns. Just tomorrow is day 40 for me of getting real and kicking my ass in gear, or as you would say over there if you're in America, kicking my ass in gear. And I'm absolutely feeling fantastic. You know, any early tiredness is well and truly gone. I'm starting to feel the early signs of a bit of fat adaptation. I have no cravings. I can go quite a long time now without food. I mean, obviously can't go a whole day yet, but that will come. And I was just thinking about the little hurdles and obstacles I've been dealing with over the last 40 days, because it hasn't been an easy ride, but in some ways, because I'm a glass half full type person, I see that as a bit of a positive, because I need to learn how to ride out difficult situations without trying to get a dopamine hit from food. What's dopamine? It's some kind of neurotransmitter in the brain. It's a false feeling that you get from if you have an addiction. So if you are a smoker, every time you have a cigarette you get a dopamine hit. If you're an alcoholic, every time you have a drink of alcohol you get a dopamine hit. If you are a caffeine addict or a sugar addict or a carb addict or a porn addict or any kind of addict, it's a dopamine hit, and the body gets used to those dopamine hits and it wants you to keep getting those hits. It forgets how to find its own happy hormone. And if you're somebody that's decided to go fully carnivore and give up other addictions as well, suddenly you have a lot of time on your hands, and suddenly you have to find a new way to ride out the difficult times where you would have just fallen headfirst into the carb ditch, as Lisa Wiedemann would say. You've got to ride it out, and you've got to learn how to ride it out, and you've got to tap back into your natural serotonin. Serotonin is another kind of brain neurotransmitter, which is a naturally happy hormone, but sometimes it can forget what to do a little bit, because if you're an addict and you are constantly putting things in your mouth or inhaling things or doing things which are an addictive thing, the body can forget how to be naturally happy, and you have to retrain it back. And sometimes if you're in the beginning of this journey, it helps to go through slightly difficult times, slightly irritating times, bad things happening, because then you can practice going, just feeling that irritation, feeling that stress, feeling that slight downtime, knowing it will pass and you're going to ride it out. We've had a couple of things really, haven't we, in tomorrow's day 40, and it hasn't been all sun and joy and wonderment. It's, I had my family holiday, and lots of moments where I felt the outcast, the difficult one, the awkward one, the one that was causing grief for the others. We can't do what you want because you're eating differently to us. There was some low moments there. Also, my son had a letter through. Long story short, took my youngest son to the dentist 3 weeks ago. The dentist said his teeth were absolutely perfect and fine. A week later, we get a letter through from some random dental company saying he needs 2 teeth taken out. No explanation as to why. And even worse, in the letter it said, and nobody can go in with him for the extraction. He has to go in on his own with no parental support. I lost my shit, because I thought, why am I getting this letter saying I've got to take him somewhere to get his teeth out? And even if he does have to have his teeth out, why can I not be in there holding his foot while he has his procedure? You know what I mean? That rubbed me up the wrong way. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been under this black cloud worrying about it. I didn't talk about it with you to start with because I don't think there's any need. I wanted to have it resolved before telling you the story. Long story short, we got a second opinion at a lovely private dentist, and they said there's absolutely nothing wrong with his teeth, and they even alluded that it might have been a scam letter. So that 2 weeks, so all the while I was on holiday and for a couple of days afterwards, I've been under this enormous black cloud with my son worrying about whether he's got to have 2 teeth out. And I have to say, if I wasn't feeling so strong and so composed and so determined, that would have finished me off. If I wasn't feeling so strong and hadn't declared to you guys that this was it, I could have lost it very easily. You know, imagine you're sitting on a beach and all your family are eating X, Y, and Z in front of you, and you're not in a good mood because you've got this black cloud wandering around of worry. I feel pretty proud of myself. I feel really proud, especially as on the morning of our follow-up second opinion appointment, I had a carb mare. Have you ever had a carb mare? I was, just as the alarm clock went off to get my husband out of bed, I was dreaming about cake. Imagine that. I've woken up in a foul mood, just had a dream about gooey cake, fed up with what my little one's worried sick, because I've now told him that he's going to have this follow-up appointment, so he's shitting himself. So I'm not trying to get sympathy, I'm just saying, if somebody like me can ride out that body's request for a dopamine hit and come out the other side still smiling, I'm not going to say anyone can, because that's a bit judgmental, but lots of people can. I have been a trained comfort eater since I was probably 18 months old. I've always turned to food when I'm not happy, always. I have no idea if this desire to turn to food when I'm pissed off will ever go away. It's something I'm probably going to have to always work on. But I'm now really actually very happy today. So I'm thinking, maybe my natural serotonin is starting to come through. Maybe because I've managed to get through some difficult moments where previously I would have binged. Now my body's saying, you're okay. Your serotonin's coming through now. I'm going to make you feel content and happy. And the next time something bad happens, even if it's a massive black cloud, ride it out, because 99% of things do go away. Most bad things are not permanent, as I found out. And I've also got a 100% success rate of actually surviving all the bad things that have happened in my life, and so I'll probably keep surviving them. And if I can survive them without numbing them down, dumbing myself down, trying to get a dopamine hit from food or alcohol or something else, I'm going to be okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. I just wanted to say tomorrow's 40 days, very happy with that. But it hasn't been a complete easy ride, and I'd like to think that moving forwards into the autumn and winter, that I can do that again. If something happens again that rubs me up the wrong way and just puts me in that pissed off, don't care mood, I don't turn to food. It's probably wise at that point to go and cook myself some of my favourite food to make sure I'm absolutely stuffed. You know, never let myself get hungry, because if you're hungry and you're in that mood, it might be harder to ride it out. But if you're stuffed, if you're Thanksgiving stuffed, it's easier. So, not sure if you heard that strange noise. That was my eldest son upstairs talking to his friends, making silly noises. So what's dopamine? Dopamine is It's a neurotransmitter in the brain that is directly related to addiction. Anything that you can't stop doing because you feel good doing it, it's a dopamine reaction, and your body loves that feeling in a way, because it's like an easy energy for the body. You know how eating sugar is just easier for the body. It's not better for the body, but if I went and had a load of sugar now, my body would be bouncing around, thinking, oh, this is easy energy, isn't it? This is simple. But learning to reset your serotonin, your natural happy hormone, and getting fat adapted means the body is now doing what it's supposed to be doing. Our bodies are not supposed to be under a cloud of sugar. They're not supposed to be constantly addicted to carbs. We are not supposed to ride out little bits of misery or pissed offness with addictive substances. It's fun at the time, and I totally get the feeling of, I don't give a shit. In this moment, I don't care. I'm having it. Don't care what the consequences are. We've all been there. Not all cheats are as a result of being happy or celebration or just enjoying the moment. Sometimes we were so pissed off, we didn't care what we put down our throat, and I'm sure at least one person looking at this video now can relate to that. But if somebody like me can say, no, I'm not going to comfort eat through this one, I'm going to ride it out and see if I can survive it without the dopamine hit of the crappy, shitty, addictive processed food, then maybe I can do that again next time. And then maybe the next time I can do that too. That's all I wanted to say on that. That was my second video of today. Yeah. I need to try and make my videos a little bit longer, because I did take a break from making videos this summer, and I just want YouTube to send me that special email to say, you've got 1,000 subscribers and your watch hours per year are this, and you get a special certificate. Who knows? It's coming. I'm going to make it happen. So tomorrow, day 40, and beyond. Like I said before, I'm only going to be weighing myself every 100 days. I think that's incredibly wise, sensible thing to do. If you're someone that doesn't lose weight, get those scales out, guys, and do it every 100 days. And then if the scales say you haven't lost anything in 100 days, at least you can say, I did it for 100 days. Great. That's all I wanted to say. Hopefully it came out okay. I would like to wish you a great rest of the day. Eat your meat, drink your water. If you need an epiphany, pop in the shower. That's where the best epiphanies happen. And get some sun, if you've got any where you are. Do some grounding and thrive. Take care, guys. Bye.